Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to showcase a 1-bar Oakensoul build for the Stamina Nightblade, also known as Stamblade. This build is capable of pulling over 89k on the parse dummy. This build utilizes some of the best gear in the game to pull endgame DPS. I will be using mythics and trial gear, so this is not a super beginner friendly build, but rather more for endgame players who prefer 1-bar builds. I will also do my best to keep it as viable for content as possible, such as offering a flex spot for heals and giving advice on some alternatives to either gear or skills in the video. Anyways, here's the build. So starting off in the character sheet, I have 64 points into stamina, and I am running the Thief Mundus. For the race, I am a Dark Elf. Other alternatives include Khajiit, Wood Elf, and Orc probably. So for food, we're going to be running RTM Takeaway Broth. For content, a cheaper and just as good alternative would be Dubious Cameron Throne. And if you're parsing or need more sustain, then Lava Food Soup and Salt Rice is always the go-to. So for potions, this is where it gets a little bit different. Because Oakensoul gives us access to the major buffs that Stam needs, which is Major Savagery and Major Brutality, we're going to be opting to run Heroism Pots. Heroism Pots can be created or bought, but the combination I used was Columbine, Dragon Realm, and Dragon's Blood. So what this does is it gives a line of Restore Magicka, plus Major Intellect, Restore Stamina, plus Major Endurance, and Minor Heroism. So these potions do cost a lot to make, so make sure you have 3 points from the Alchemy skill line Medicinal Use to benefit from the full duration of the potions. A cheaper alternative, although not as good, will be running just regular Essence of Stamina. So for CP, for the blue tree, we're going to be running Master at Arms, Deadly Aim, Wrathful Strikes, and Backstabber. For the red tree, Balanced Vitality, Fortified, Rejuvenation, and Bloody Renewal. So for gear, we're going to be running 5 pieces of Pillar of Nirn paired with 5 pieces of Reliquin, 1 piece Crags, and Oakensoul Ring. So breaking it down, we have a Pillar of Nirn in the main hand, Nirn Honed with a flame damage enchant, on the offhand Charged with a poison damage enchant. For the head, we have 1 piece Crags in light, in Divines with max dam. And for the body, we have 5 pieces of Reliquin, all traded in Divines with max dam enchants. And for the pants, we have 1 piece of Pillar of Nirn in Divines with max dam. And for the jewelry, we have 2 pieces of Pillar of Nirn. Both of the Pillar of Nirn jewelry is going to be traded in Bloodthirsty with weapon damage enchants. And lastly, Oakensoul Ring, which is also going to be Bloodthirsty with a weapon damage enchant as well. So for skills, we're going to be running Relentless Focus, Surprise Attack, Killer's Blade, Twisting Path, Barbed Trap, and Incapacitating Strike. So for the rotation, it's going to revolve around our Relentless Focus. In other words, we're going to be using it every 5th skill, as long as you hit every light attack. So make sure you keep a Barbed Trap and Twisting Path as best as possible. And then whenever you have your Incap ready, just use that when both of your dots are up. And at 25%, you can forego using Relentless Focus and just go in and spam Killer's Blade. So closing thoughts, if you need another bar slot, you can take out Barbed Trap and instead put in Zovgin or Order's Wrath. Either would be fine. This would ultimately free up 1 bar slot, which you can use to slot in either a heal or an AoE. This build does lack AoE and doesn't have a solid way of healing, so something like Vigor would probably be a good bet. And if you just want more AoE, then Steel Tornado or the other morph, whichever one is fine. In terms of gear, so for the body, instead of Reliquin, you can always opt to running Coral Riptide instead. You do have to manage your stamina though, so furthermore, instead of Pillar, you can probably run, like for the bar slot, Zovgin or Order's Wrath. Advancing Okeda seems to be as okay as well, and Whirl of Depths is probably a good choice as well. If you don't have any of these sets, just some quick alternatives would probably be like Hunting's Rage or Briarheart, and you can just pair that with Order's Wrath and you should be good to go. As always, thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions or comments or would like to request a build, please leave it in the comment section down below, or better yet, come join our Discord. So in terms of builds, I do make builds on request, and most of these builds are actually requested by our community members. If there's a specific build you'd like to see, I will try my best to do it in a timely manner and within the constraints of my skill. Anything from PVE to solo builds, basically anything, I'll give it my best shot. Also, there is a brand new Discord for PlayStation community members. If you're interested in that, I'll leave the link down in the description below. If this video helped in any way, please consider subscribing, and if you like the piggy for this thumbnail, please like the video. And as always, there will be a parse and outfit section at the end. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.